A Milam County high school is headed to the state softball tournament for the first time ever, and they're taking along their biggest fan. The Thorndale Lady Bulldogs will play in the 2A semifinal come Wednesday. Curtis Quillen caught up with the team today and introduces us to their super fan, Bubba. Hey, Curtis.
Hey, Chris. You know, Thorndale has a history of athletic excellence, but the softball team had never made it to the state tournament before this year. Now, a long journey to get there and a gift for Bubba they hope could turn into a gold medal.
Thorndale High School softball team is swinging its way into the history books.
It was pretty amazing, the whole run we've had, really the entire year.
The Lady Bulldogs are a perfect 10-0 this playoff run and headed to the state tournament for the first time.
It's honestly still surreal. I don't know if it's hit me yet.
A journey they've been on with their biggest fan, Bubba.
And I tell you what, he's brutally honest, you know. If you win, he's all fired up, and if you lose, he'll give you a hard time.
It means so much more than just any other, regular season or anything that we've gotten accomplished. It's so much more knowing that he's behind us and supporting us, and he's our #1 fan. It feels great to do it for him, too.
Bubba graduated with the coaches from Thorndale High School, and now he sits in the stands and watches the team as it's made history because he loves his Bulldogs. So while he and the entire town of Thorndale are elated to pack their bags and head down Highway 79 to Austin, it comes with a little bit of pressure.
He's giving Coach Kovar a hard time about getting, runner-up in state in basketball, and he rides him about that, about not winning the whole thing. And so hopefully we'll be able to finish this thing off the state championship, and he won't give me a hard time about that.
But it also comes with a recent gift because these Bulldogs know he's been part of this ride, a ride they and he want to remember.
We had given him a helmet that we all signed, and it was actually Maddie Flores' idea. So that was really cool of her, to step up and be able to do that. So it meant a lot to him, which meant a lot to us. He cried, and which made us cry, of course.
And they hope this gift becomes a gold medal.
Now the Lady Bulldogs play Wednesday against Windthorst in the 2A state semifinals. Nick Canizales has a preview of that game coming up just in a few minutes in sports. Chris.
Yeah, very exciting time for them, and good luck to them. Thank you so much, Curtis.